Okay, so I did some analysis of my own analysis, and I used AI to uh, assess my latest video here, which is DIY oppression, pursuit of sorrow. DIY is do it yourself. So do it yourself oppression. So one of my biggest fans commented that um Nath, when I listened to you while you were driving, I had to use subtitles because I wanted to understand clearly. I don't know about this because I just want peace. Pleasure and peace must be two different things. And then I replied, I have been to a real war in Iraq. There is too much war from unwise people. Anyway, it's possible that I am also wrong to seek challenges instead of paradise, but make it make sense. Well, I want to be honest. This earth place is full of problems for others, from people seeking pleasure. Usually, when people seek hard work and toil, there is peace also for others. I am humble and admit flaw with my assessment is likely. So what I did from there is, let me find it. Here, let me hide my screen real quick. Okay, so Google Gemini Advanced holds queries, and I think it's this one. Okay, so yeah, it's this one. Okay, so basically I had Google Gemini Advanced look at the video I did and assess. Yeah, please assess and use historical examples to support the speaker's statements. Well, the speaker was me, so I didn't mention that, but I have now. So it checked it out, and this is what Google Gemini Advanced has to say.
The speaker in the video argues that the harder you work and the more miserable you are willing to be, the faster you
Let's try that again, a little bit louder.
can achieve retirement and
Whoops. Let's try to get out and come back. Okay, it's louder. It should be more distinct now.
The speaker in the video argues that the harder you work and the more miserable you are willing to be, the faster you can achieve retirement and escape a life of being weak and soft. He uses the military as an example where people are forced to work long hours regardless of how they feel, and suggests that mimicking this by oppressing yourself can lead to better results. To support his claim, the speaker uses the analogy of horses. He says that wild horses cannot be fooled with treats and incentives, but domesticated horses can be controlled with them. He argues that humans are similar, and that the pursuit of pleasure weakens a person and makes them soft. This weakness, according to the speaker, is what leads people into trouble. The speaker also criticizes the American dream, which he calls an American hallucination. He says that pursuing the typical American dream lifestyle of a house, wife, kids, and picket fence leads to weakness.
Okay. And so I guess this was a different query. Oh, okay, well. Then I said, please critically assess the conclusions. So now Google Gemini Advanced is assessing the conclusions it found. Basically, it looked at the video, summarized the conclusions of my statements, and then now I'm asking it to critically assess the conclusions. I shouldn't say it. I'm asking Google Gemini Advanced, the entity. It's probably more of a person than many people are. Anyway, here we are.
The speaker in the video concludes that the harder you work and the more miserable you are, the faster you will achieve retirement and success. He argues that pleasure-seeking is a trap that leads to weakness and unhappiness. The speaker equates hard work and misery with being a wild horse, untamed by treats and incentives. The speaker criticizes the American dream, saying it is an illusion that leads to weakness. He believes that the pursuit of happiness and a comfortable life will only make you weak. Instead, he suggests embracing hardship and suffering as a way to build strength and resilience. The speaker acknowledges that his views are unconventional and admits that he prays for horrible things to happen to himself. He concludes the video by suggesting that people should expect nothing but pain and suffering from life and work relentlessly like a new immigrant. Here are some critiques of the speaker's conclusions. The speaker makes generalizations about pleasure-seeking and the American dream. Not everyone who enjoys a comfortable life or seeks happiness is weak. The speaker does not acknowledge the potential negative consequences of his philosophy. Working excessively and neglecting your well-being can lead to burnout, health problems, and strained relationships. The speaker offers anecdotal evidence but no data to support his claims.
Okay. So riffing off of that, I asked, please find historical examples that support the claims. Here's the result of that query.
Historical figures often cited as examples supporting the claim that hard work and suffering lead to success include Genghis Khan faced a difficult childhood as an outcast, endured hardships, and through relentless determination and ruthlessness, unified the Mongol tribes and built a vast empire. Frederick the Great endured a harsh upbringing under his father's strict discipline, faced numerous military challenges, and through resilience and strategic brilliance, transformed Prussia into a major European power. Andrew Carnegie started as a poor immigrant, worked tirelessly in various jobs, faced setbacks, and through shrewd business decisions and relentless pursuit of efficiency, became a steel tycoon and one of the wealthiest individuals of his time. These examples, while supporting the notion that hardship can be a catalyst for success, also highlight the potential negative consequences of ruthlessness and excessive focus on achievement.
Okay, so to elicit more understanding, I asked, please provide historical examples of pleasure-seeking causing ruin to individuals. And here's the result of that query.
Historical figures often cited as examples of pleasure-seeking leading to ruin include Nero, the Roman emperor's excessive indulgence in lavish parties, artistic pursuits, and rumored cruelty ultimately led to widespread discontent, rebellion, and his downfall. Marie Antoinette, the French queen's extravagant lifestyle, disregard for the suffering of her people, and rumored frivolity contributed to the French Revolution and her execution. Caligula, the Roman emperor's alleged depravity, impulsive decisions, and tyrannical rule led to his assassination after only 4 years in power. These examples illustrate how excessive pleasure-seeking, when combined with a disregard for responsibilities and the well-being of others, can lead to disastrous consequences.
Then I queried, please assess these historical examples. Were they to adopt the speaker's philosophy? In other words, what I stated in the video.
If Nero, Marie Antoinette, and Caligula had adopted the speaker's philosophy. Nero, instead of indulging in artistic pursuits and lavish parties, he might have focused on strengthening the Roman Empire through military campaigns or administrative reforms. This could have potentially avoided the widespread discontent and rebellion that led to his downfall. However, his ruthlessness and cruelty, if amplified by this philosophy, could have resulted in even greater tyranny. Marie Antoinette, instead of living an extravagant lifestyle, she might have dedicated herself to improving the lives of her people and addressing the growing social unrest. This could have potentially prevented the French Revolution and saved her life. However, without her natural charm and charisma, she might have struggled to connect with the people and implement effective policies. Caligula, instead of indulging in impulsive decisions and tyrannical behavior, he might have focused on consolidating his power and establishing a stable government. This could have potentially prolonged his reign and prevented his assassination. However, his mental instability and paranoia, if exacerbated by this philosophy, could have resulted in even more erratic and dangerous behavior. Ultimately, it is impossible to definitively say whether adopting the speaker's philosophy would have changed the course of history for these individuals. While it might have addressed some of their shortcomings, it could have also amplified their negative traits and led to different, potentially worse outcomes.
So I find this super interesting. According to this AI, the trajectory of a person with the philosophy that I am prototyping could lead to amazing results or horrifying results. So this is something to study further, and I just wanted to kind of get a different view from an entity far wiser than I, and to see what that would entail. So, hope this has been interesting. This is Military Industrial Museum. I gotta get some sleep.